Welcome to Swan Song GM Turn, episode 13. I love doing these. I love these so much. The spreadsheet hype is real. It's so real for me. So, what are we doing? What is this madness? What we're going to do is we're going to explore the stuff that's going on in Asgard Sigma in the Swansong universe while the players are running around doing their thing. So the way that Stars Without Number works, in case this is your first Swansong GM turn, the way Stars Without Number works is that while the PCs are doing moment-to-moment stuff, you know, we're seeing them through the hours of their days, and time is passing in the universe, outside of that, while that's going on, all of the different sort of major factions in the sector are making moves against one another on the high level. So all kinds of space battles and sedition and political maneuverings. And every month in game, give or take, we do a GM turn. So I don't know if it's a thing that needs warning or not, but this is extremely spoiler heavy. This is going to be like just Spoiler City USA. If you have not yet watched the most recent episode of Swan Song, you are going to get spoiled. Okay? Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to give you a few seconds here. If you're ready. You ready to go? 5, 4, 3, spoiler warning, 2, here comes the spoiler, 1. Okay, so in the last turn, we've seen some big things happen in the universe, particularly for the Photonhauer Society, which is also going to dramatically influence the factions that they're currently engaged with, right? Because as we've seen, if you've been tuning into the Swansong GM turn, the Photonhauer Society has been getting their ass kicked up and down the sector. Like, there's just no escaping. Every fight they've been in, aside from Oninsa, has been a sound defeat for Photonhauer. So it's time to change that up. Photonhauer Society has a new leader. The rotten core has been cut out. Its weak old heart severed and thrown in the trash. And in its place, we've got our dear Mr. Sicarian. So Mr. S has risen to lead the Photonhauer Society, which is a big change. And so if you've been tuning into this stuff, you know that the biggest stuff that happens in the faction turn isn't just faction based. The players get a chance to make big changes. I would say arguably, maybe inarguably, the biggest one we've seen so far was the destruction of Andoni. That's a player. Yeah, that's a player situation. So those kinds of things can make big, broad, sweeping, rules-breaking changes to the game. So here's what we're going to do about Photonhauer. So Mr. Sicarian returns from exile, right? The rumors start to spread that Mr. Sicarian has returned, that Titan, that the Dark Lord of the Photonhauer has been thrown down, and that now there's this new hope for the Photonhauer Society. And so what's cool is that that means that all of the people like Mr. Falcon, remember Mr. Falcon? Mr. Falcon and all of his peers, they're gonna come out of hiding. So it's time to give Photonhauer a little boost, shall we? So let's jump over to my faction tracker. And so what I'm going to do with the Photonhauer Society, you can see them right here, is, first of all, I got to change them to neutral, because they're neutral about the Swan Song right now. They're not actively, like, best buds, but, you know, they're neutral. I think that without... No, I think everything else is the same. I don't think there's anybody else that has any changes here. So that's not bad. 3 friendly, 1 hostile. So here's the thing. Check this out. I'm gonna make Photonhauer. I'm gonna basically, like, they're gonna they're gonna recover from the chaos that's been sort of undergoing their society, and that's gonna give them the chance to become the regional hegemon they deserve to be. So we're gonna make their force 8. We're gonna bump their cunning to 5, and we're gonna bring their wealth up to 7. This represents all of Mr. Sicarian's loyalists returning to the fold. A big change in the organization, and now they're a big deal. We're also going to give them some more assets. They get 4 additional free assets as they return and solidify. Now, folks are asking about why wouldn't the Photonhour be friendly? Why wouldn't the Madari Syndicate be friendly? Remember, Mr. Sicarian is not the only part of the Photonhour society, right? Like, yes, he's the leader, and they won't actively attack them. But what I mean by friendly is, like, actively willing to help and protect them. So it's a bit more, a bit more than that. So here's the thing: they're gonna get big. These other factions are gonna come in. This is gonna give them a fighting chance against the Highbeam fleet. So I'm not going to up their hit points, though, because they're still pretty incoherent. They don't have a lot of, a lot to go on. And I'm going to reduce their faction credits, just to represent the time and effort that it took to get everything together. Now let's jump over to the asset tracker. I have some ideas for what I want to give them. And I'm also going to clear, their goal, because this is no longer their goal. They don't care about this anymore. This was their Kill Oninsa goal, and they just don't care. So they're going to not do anything this turn, because they have to spend all this time, like, getting kind of sorted out. So let's cross them off the list, and let's go buy them some stuff. Okay. So asset tracker, we need to add 4 Photonhour assets. 3, 4. And I think that the most clear and obvious one for me, just out the gate, is that now that Mr. Sicarian is in charge of the flagship, right, of the Siegfried, it only makes sense to me to give them a capital fleet. Massive pre-tech warships? That's a thing that Photonhour has. Sure. Why not? So I'm increasing, obviously, the kind of, like, overall size of the sector's units. Like, the sector is getting bigger and bigger. Like, we have, 80-odd assets now, and that's fine. We're a year into the game, so things get bigger and bigger as we go. So this is not it's not going to unbalance things. It's just going to mean that I'm going to have more to do on every one of these. Plus, it also means we're going to have a big capital ship battle, huge Starfleet battle between Highbeam and Photonhour at some point in the future. So let's hammer this out. So they are. Where did this happen? This happened in Franco. No, it happened in Farugi, right? It happened in Cabral. So we'll say that's sort of still where they're at. They're just getting ready to move. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the capital fleet. Let's have Mr. Sicarian's, like, personal honor guard come back. So these are the knife wielders. These are Sicarian's homeboys. There we go. So this is the Fedakeen, basically, Mr. Sicarian's commandos. So we'll put them. Let's put them in the. They're waiting for Mr. Sicarian back home on Pelasgon. Put them there. Okay. Alrighty. And let's give them some more troops. All right, so Space Marines, Capital Fleet. Let's see here. What else would they have? So 2 force, and they have to get 2 in another one. So 1 cunning and 1 wealth, or 2 wealth. So let's represent let's represent that with wealth. Let's do some wealth growth, so they can have up to 7 wealth. So ooh, hostile takeover. That's cool. Yeah, let's give them a hostile takeover. Oops. There we go. Hostile takeover. Put that on Pelasgon. Put that on the Lasgun. And then last, we will give them... let's see. Pre-tech manufactory. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. So Photonhour, they're getting their shit together. They've reactivated the old factories. Things are going much better now. And Sicarian is sorted out. So I think they're gonna have a fighting chance now. What do you think? they're in a lot better shape than they were before. Okay, cool. So let's give everybody their money, and then let's get started on the turn. So the Andonian armed forces go up to 7. Sunbeam gets 31. Oh, they're doing pretty good. They can definitely buy some stuff. Richardson has 10. New Prophet has 16. People are getting rich in the sector. 4 for Majid. 4 for Ona Libre. And they'll never know why. Like unless Mr. Sicarian actively like recruits them or comes back to the planet or something, the Ona Libre will never know why they Photonhour just gave up the fight. So Photonhour's income drops by 1 because of, or by 2 because of the capital fleet, but that's okay. Add a note. Okay, so where were we? Purity initiative is 19. I'm gonna skip Photonhour for this turn. Madari gets 5. Cabal gets 5. The pirates get also 5. And 24 for Hoven. Okay. All right, cool. So that's all sorted out. Yeah, they just never surrendered. They fought on forever, and then Fate's Rangers backed off. And I'm curious. So we're not. I'm taking in, because people have been asking this. I'm going to be taking input from Jeff and Steven for the next faction turn, and all I'm going to tell them is these are the assets you have, these are the planets they're on, these are what the enemies have on those planets, this is what your current goal is. Would you like to change the goal? What do you want to do with these assets? They're going to tell me narratively, like, what orders would you give? Then I'm going to interpret that during the GM turn. So we won't do this turn, but next turn we're gonna start taking orders from them, which should be cool. Now they won't have total control, but they will have. Oh yeah, Purity gets 1 more. Thank you. But they will have influence. Cool. Okay. There we go. So let's go back to our Roll20, and I will see who gets to go first. Okay. So we're going to roll a d12, and we'll see who our first asset is. Here it goes. 5. Okay. So we're going to start with Ona Libre. Good stuff. Okay. So Ona Libre, they survived. They're gonna build something new. They've got 4 credits. Their plan is to seize Ona, and that should be pretty easy to should be pretty easy for them to take over if they can handle the Purity initiative. And thankfully the Purity initiative is busy fighting somebody else, so should be yeah, should be pretty good. All right, so they have 4 credits, and they can buy. I want to buy them a force asset. So 4 credits up to force 4. They can buy very little. I mean, I guess we'll buy them hardened personnel because they can't afford skirmishers. Maybe they could just hold on. Ah, God, I don't want them to do nothing though because that's boring. Do they have damage? Maybe they could just heal. Maybe that's a smarter move for them. Yeah, they're damaged. Okay, let's heal. So they're going to recover some hit points. So repair. So for 1 fat cred, they heal points of damage equal to their score and their ruling attribute. All right, so we'll bring them down to 3, and they're going to heal 4 hit points. There we go. All right, so let's record that. So Ona Libre. With 4 faction HP. And we're amazed they didn't die. All right. Cool. All right, so that's Ona Libre. Let's see who is next. So it's a D12. I'll skip it if I get a 5. Boop. Okay, Richardson Scientific. Richardson, I think, is going to be the sleeper. Like they're just getting bigger and bigger in the background, bigger and richer, and kind of just moving along. They're the only ones that have accomplished their goals. They're achieving another goal at the end of this turn because they're not going to attack, and they've got 10 credits to spend. So I'm going to buy them something. So Richardson, we're going to have them buy. Let's see, surveyors on Andoni. They're all up on that Andoni game. So let's grab them some surveyors. So to remind you, Richardson Scientific, they're part of the whole original plan to pick up materials from Andoni and retrofit them. So they've got some TL5 research going. We know that Andoni has some hidden stuff unavailable. And what I think is interesting is that if a proper group of factions took over Andoni with enough time and energy, they could essentially turn it into a TL5 planet because the infrastructure is there, right? It was an ancient Shindalian colony, and 2 of the AI we've seen, they came from there. So it's a big deal, and Andoni's not going to go away. Andoni's going to continue being a very big deal for the campaign as time goes on. So keep an eye on Andoni there. Okay, what did I say I was buying for these jerks? Surveyors, I think. Surveyors, there they are. All right, surveyors cost them 4, and they are on Andoni. And because no one is the government of Andoni right now, no one can stop them. So it's sort of free for all on Andoni. Okay, so let's reduce their credits here down to 6. Peaceable Kingdom is complete, and I will make a note to grant them XP for that. So there are limits on the number of assets that you can own based on your rating. I think you can have 1 asset per point in the rating, but I'm not sure. I'm just checking they can exceed it, but each one costs them maintenance. So they're actually at -1 maintenance, Richardson, for right now. So let me make that note. Richardson, so they bought surveyors on Andoni. Completed goal. Gained. What do you get for Peaceable Kingdom? It's like 1 XP, I think. Peaceable Kingdom. Yeah, 1 XP. Okay, so let's jump back. There we go. And they need a new goal next time, so that's fine. We can sort them out then. And they get 1 more XP, so they have 2 now, so they can raise their wealth again soon, next time they complete a goal. And then I need to mark that they only get 1 for income, because Because they have too many wealth assets. Okay, cool. So they're going to keep making science. Honestly, like, all Andoni wants to do is research and build, and eventually, like, I think they're going to pair up with Cabal. I think Cabal and Richardson is going to be a dangerous combination. But you know, Richardson is going to be the sort of ally to some other powerful faction, and whoever allies with them, they're going to be able to get like better technology, and they're going to have a foothold in Andoni. So once Cabal is then dealing with the Armed Forces Remnant, they're going to need to go ahead and make a plan to deal with Richardson, because there's going to be a bit of like a power struggle there, I think. Okay, so anyway, Richardson Scientific, they're sorted out. Who is next? Let's see. A D12 here. Boop. That was a D10. Come on, Adam. Use your hands. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's roll it again. 12. Sunbeam. Okay. So Sunbeam's in kind of rough shape. The trick with Sunbeam and their sort of issue they're having is that everybody is kicking the shit out of them, and there's pirates all over the place, and they're just trying to make some money. And hot damn, they need to get their shit together. So the other thing that is interesting, I noticed, like, let's check out Asa for a second. So on Asa, the Highbeam fleet, it's their homeworld too. The Madari Syndicate now have a base on Asa. The New Prophet have units on Asa. Asa is one of the most highly contested planets in the sector so far. So it's kind of heavy. Yeah, they need to sell a shit ton more grenades is what they need to do. Yeah, it's something for them. They've got a bank and some industry. They have nothing protecting their assets at home, which, you know, tricky for them. There's going to be, I think, a bank robbery sometime soon on this planet. But for right now, they've got some units somewhere else where I was planning on building them a new base. They're gonna spread out. So Sunbeam Omnistellar has a strike fleet on planet Stasi in Thorkatla. So let's take a look at Stasi. So the Stasi planet Thorkatla. Oh, secret GM stuff. Tech level 4, millions of inhabitants. It's a cold weather planet, thick atmosphere. It's out of contact, so it's hard to get to or hard to communicate with. This is going to be the new secret, Walmart manufacturing base. So they're gonna try and build a new base here. So there's no faction opposing them. So building a base. Let's see here. Somebody in chat says that it's weird that a ship producer has no ships. They did. They definitely used to have ships. Now they do not. Okay, so these guys, they need to expand influence. So I'm going to go and make a note that that's what they're doing. So Sunbeam, there we go. So new base in Thorkatla, and they're going to spend... How much money do they have? They've got Sunbeam, well, 31. Shit. All right, well, we'll spend 10 of that. And then next turn they're going to start building all kind of shit on Thorkatla so they can strike back at Asa. So let's spend 10. So that brings them down to 21. Actually, let's spend 15. So that'll bring them to 16. And then I'll put that down. Sunbeam Omnistellar, and they get a base of influence. Do I have those on the table? No. Okay, so I'll just copy base of influence from somewhere else. Base of influence. It's not wealth, but whatever. And that's on Thorkatla and has 15 hit points. Total and current. There you go. Good job, Sunbeam. You built a new base. You expanded your influence. So they, yeah, they have a lot of credits next turn, and I think we're gonna buy them probably the best spaceship shit they can buy. So that means Sunbeam with a force, or with a wealth of 7, force of 5. Yeah, they'll be able to buy some cool stuff. So I'm gonna make a note actually for myself. New base on Thorkatla. Start rebuilding fleet for recapture of Asa. I mean, they didn't lose Asa. They never owned it, but you know, it's a matter of pride. Exactly. Bullshit. Ice cold planet. Okay. Cool. Good job, Sunbeam. Who is next? God, I love how different things become over time, right? Like, it's so neat watching watching that happen. I'm going to roll an imaginary die. I'm going to roll a d9. Oh, roll, you fake die. There we go. I can't actually roll it because there's no such thing as a 9-sided die. I got an 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Highbeam. All right. Highbeam Pirates. So one of the first things that Jeff said to me after he took over the Photonhauer Society is he wants to repair. Like he's gonna try. It's interesting because he's he's in charge of a highly militarized faction. But the first thing he said was like, I want to try and like make friends with wherever Howard is. I want to like ally or make peace with the Highbeam fleet. So it's going to be a challenge considering that Highbeam is a bunch of dicks. But it should be it should be interesting to see if he can do it. So let's see. I want to get them in a position to do some attacking. And I don't know. So they can do some transferring and Asa. They can't like take Asa over. They have Space Marines on Giragia. So I might move them. Yeah, let's just do some activate special abilities so we can move some stuff around. So Highbeam is just going to go activate special abilities. Alright, so they're going to move Space Marines from Giragia to... Let's see. Well, when we talked about Highbeam earlier, Highbeam is a splinter of the, like not 1,000 years ago, but like, 100 years ago or 200 years ago, the Navy, the Highbeam Navy was a splinter off of the Photonhauer Society. So that's a thing that happened. So they are originally from the same planet and they have the same origins, but they're not a bad deal. Okay, so the Space Marines are going to move from Giragia, which is 206, or 203, I think. And they're going to move them, yeah, they're on Halif. So we're going to move them from there to, God, where can we pick on somebody? Basically, they're just looking for weak targets. So is there anyone in 103 or 304? I mean, there's lots of people in 304. Let's see. They can move one world. Okay, so that means... Oh, shit. Oh, my God. They're going to Sigrid. Oh, fuck. Okay, Space Marines, moving to Sigrid. Pirate attack on Sigrid. Pirates versus Vikings. It's gonna get real over there. Shit, that's some intense background stuff. Some Giragia to Sigrid. And then what else can we move? Oh, sorry, I gotta figure out what planet or what system Sigrid is. So it's Laodice. Laodice 103. Okay. Okay. So Space Marines are gonna go and fuck shit up, Viking wise, and that's gonna make the news. And it's definitely going to spur Mr. Securian to action, but it's not going to happen on screen. And Sigrid is not a faction. So Sigrid is essentially defenseless, right? Like the Vikings don't have an army. They don't have like they're excellent warriors, but they're not big enough. There's not enough of them to be a faction. So, yup. So they're going to be at the mercy of these Space Marines looking for blood. They're going to move their strike fleet. Oh no, the pirate strike fleet is in Oninsa. Oh, maybe I should just attack. Oh, I don't know. Because what was the pirates were going to go and like... well, let me look at their goal. I can choose fairly by their goal. So that is... They need to destroy force assets. Yeah, man, the pirates are gonna... I gotta do it. The pirates are gonna attack Ona Libre. So instead of moving those... they already moved. Should I move the Space Marines? Should I move the Space Marines? No, fuck it. This is more interesting. It's way closer to getting their goal. They're not gonna move the Space Marines. You're safe for now, Vikings. Let's undo that. Undo that action. Gotta stick to the goals. Gotta be fair here. So they're back on Giragia. And the strike fleet is gonna attack Ona Libre from space. Wow, heavy. Okay, so let's see how that happens. So the asset tracker here shows force versus force. So strike fleet is attacking Ona Libre, but only as a base of influence. Oh my god. This might be it. It might be death to Ona Libre from outer space. Oh my god. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see. And can they kill... I gotta see, because I have to look to see if they can kill anything else. If they can kill a unit, basically. Because if they just attack the faction, they won't get their goal. So let's see what's on... let's see what's on Oninsa right now. Photonhauer Society. Oh, Fate's Rangers. Fate's Rangers. They have to attack They have to attack someone who can only defend with a force asset. The mechanically sound thing to do here is to attack Fate's Rangers. That's it. Okay, so they're gonna attack. They're gonna attack Photonhauer on Oninsa. Defend. Oops. Oh, this is gonna piss Mr. Skarian off. It's gonna piss Miss Fate off. Defend with pre-tech infantry. Now I'm gonna get them to defend with their old stats because it's not fair to just give them the bump this turn. So we're gonna defend with their old stats. So that means it's force versus force. So let's see here. Highbeam. All right. So it's 8 versus 6. And do either of them have a tag? Movement of any asset costs them. Nope. All right, so that's fine. The pirates doesn't affect it, and Photonhauer's mercenaries, so that doesn't affect them. All right, orbital bombardment time. So this is going to be the attack first. So D10 plus 8. This is the attack. 15 and a D10 plus 6. This is the defense. Oh shit, it's a tie. It's a total fucking tie. That's awesome. Okay, so in a tie, I think both things happen. This has only happened a couple of times. A tie is the attack and counterattack, both factions taking damage. So Fate's Rangers are going out shooting, which means that we're gonna roll 2d6 versus Photonhauer, and then the counterattack of 2d8 plus 2. So they have, so the way that this works is, yes, they're infantry, but they have like anti-air weapons. So the strike fleet comes down into the atmosphere, starts bombarding Fate's Rangers. Fate's Rangers set up the anti-air guns, fire back up at these spaceships, and yeah, they have like surface to orbit missiles. Oh my god, this would be such an awesome battle. God damn, Fate's Rangers with your pre-tech weapons. This might result in both of them getting destroyed. I guess, yeah, this would be why Photonhour doesn't attack them, because it happens all around the same time. Alright, so we've got 9 hit points left for Photonhour. And for the Strike Fleet, we have, oh my god, 8 hit points. There's a pretty good chance that this, well, okay, let's see what happens. Oh god, I hope Fate's Rangers just shoot them out of the sky. This is what I love about the faction turn, is I don't have any control over it, really. Like, I have to just play, I can just play the way that, that the factions want, and then see what happens after that. So, alright, 2d6. This is Fate's Rangers taking damage. Remember, they have 9 hit points. Everybody ready? Whoa, nothing. Fate's Rangers is mildly scalded from space. So, Fate's Rangers take 3 damage. And the Strike Fleet... Okay, hold on. I gotta record this before I forget. So, Pre-Tech takes 3 damage. And Strike Fleet takes... What was this? 2d8 plus 2? Alright. See if we get 8 or better, all these spaceships blow up. Holy shit! Alright, 15 damage. See you later, Highbeam Strike Fleet. Next time, pick on somebody your own size. Well done, Fate's Rangers. Well, that's what you get for bringing a spaceship to an infantry battle, I guess. So, yeah, so like on Oninsa, Fate's Rangers are getting orders like, management has changed, fall back, like, get ready to, get ready to fall back. Miss Fate's coming home. And then all of a sudden, these spaceships, this strike fleet, this planetary bombardment fleet, comes into the atmosphere, starts like blasting at them with their space lasers, and so they're just like, fuck it, mortars, anti-aircraft guns, gone, blown up. Wow, Miss Fate, you're a badass. And I think that probably in the fiction I'll have this being, like, Miss Fate comes home and is like, all right, let's go. And then they blast their way out of the system. So, wow. Yep. Turns out they're better. This, again, okay, so this continues. The transitory property continues to make Ona Libre the most hands-down, like, badass faction in the sector because they held off people who just shot down a space fleet for months. Like, literally months. It's mental. So, yeah, that's great. Good work there. So, do they have... I gotta check and see if they have any other attackers in that section, or in that area of the sector. So let's take another quick look at Highbeam. Oh, they do have a blockade fleet. So, they steal FAC creds. So they're gonna blockade the Purity initiative, I think, so they can steal some of their credits, because they're doing pretty well on that planet. So let's do that. So Highbeam, they get their second attack. So Blockade Fleet versus Purity Initiative. Defend with... So this is Force versus Wealth. So the Purity Initiative is going to defend with... Their wealth is okay. What do they have on the planet? They've got a freighter contract, they got mercenaries, they got their party machine. Okay, they're just going to defend with the party machine, so they're going to try to, like, politically navigate their way out of this, like, with diplomacy, basically. So they're going to try to, like, stop the blockade with the party machine. Political combat. So defend with the party machine, and let's see what happens. So it's Highbeam Force, which is 8, versus 3. So 8 versus 3. I don't think it's going to work, the defense. All right, let's double check here. So Highbeam is attacking with Blockade Fleet, which is now no longer stealthed. Oh shit, where did this Blockade Fleet come from? It is a force versus wealth attack that does 1d6 damage and might steal some, and will steal some credits if they succeed. So 8v3. So this is the attack. I don't think there's really any question what's going to happen here. Oh jeez, I'll roll, but it's not going to help. All right, well they tried. So the blockade is successful, and it deals 1d6 damage to the party machine. It only deals 1, and it steals 1d4 faction credits. Okay, so let's take a note here. Success. 1 damage to party machine. And how many credits are stolen? Steal 1. All right, 1 credit stolen. Cool. They're doing the thing they do. They're pirates. So they're blocking. They're basically like the Purity Initiative try to seize control of Oninsa. They've blocked off. They own the government basically, but they don't own the planet. And they're trying to get like food and supplies in, and now there's these pirates around their planet. Oninsa's a mess right now. I feel bad for the people that live on Oninsa, but not as bad as I feel for the people that live on Andoni, even remotely, because they got nuked. So the faction tracker, Highbeam gains 1. Well, the rich keep getting richer, and Purity loses 1. So slight transfer of trade there. Got it. Okay. And I'm going to carry on, and let's see who's next. So Sunbeam, Highbeam, Ona Libre, and Richardson have all gone. We're gonna roll a D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A D8 now. And number 8, Andoni. All right. So if you remember last time, Andoni have been getting their butt kicked by the French, and I made a note to buy post-tech infantry and attack stupid French jerks next turn. So they're going to. Oh yeah, and thank you. Somebody mentioned I forgot to take a point of health off of the Purity Initiative's party machine. Thank you. Adjusted. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so they're going to attack Cabal on Andoni. Get out of here, you foreign devils. Andoni will defend, or Cabal will defend with... What does Cabal even have on Andoni right now? They have organization moles and a base of influence. Okay. Well, I guess they're going to defend with their organization moles. So the moles have been found out, and they're going to get attacked. So this is a, let's see, defend with moles, and it's post-tech. So the army is fighting back. So the army is going to attack with them. That means that we're looking at a force versus force between those two. So Andonian force versus Cabralese force. 4 and 3. So 4v3. And they get to... Andoni has an extra d10 they can add to theirs. So let's see how it goes. So this is the attack. d10 plus 4. And then I'll roll it again. I get to keep the best one. Okay, 11. And Cabal rolls a d10 plus 3. Oh, and they succeed. They got a 12. Wow, Cabal. All right, so the attack was unsuccessful, but there's no counterattack because the organization moles don't counterattack. Okay, cool. So the Cabralese moles are doing their job. They're immune. They're well hidden and can't be attacked. So this is going to make Cabal's counterattack even better when it's their turn. All right. Who's next? My imaginary 7-sided die. Kind of confuses Roll20 so much when you try to roll a non-platonic solid. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the Republic of Cabal. Well, all right. You want to play it that way, Andoni. Republic of Cabal is going to attack. Where are they? Cabral. Uela Cabral. I'm probably just looking right at it, aren't I? There it is. Attack. Armed forces. Andonian armed forces remnant with org moles. Where are the org moles? They're in your org. They're in your org right now. Defend with post-tech. Survey says this is a cunning versus cunning, I think. Cunning versus cunning. So 6v1. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Roll d10 plus 6. Roll d10 plus 1. Oh, whatever. They're toast. They're totally toast. Okay. All right. So great. Good job, Cabral. So Cabral, you get to do your attack, and the damage for the organization moles is me alt-tabbing through many spreadsheets. 2d6. 2d6 damage. And they deal 5 damage to the post-tech infantry. And that means that post-tech infantry is down to 7 hit points. Okay, cool. Success. 5 damage to infantry. Okay. Solid. Okay, so that's Cabral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 more factions. Next up, let's see. Oh no, there's actually only 5 factions because Photonhauer is not taking a turn because they're adjusting their goal. Actually, I guess that's what we're doing. So let's just make a note. Photonhauer Society, they are changing goal to be determined. Ask Jeff what their goal is. Okay. So I'm going to ask Jeff. I'm going to email Mr. Sicarian and be like, yo, Mr. S, what do you want the Photonhauer Society to do? Cool. Okay. So 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Two. Okay. So the new prophet. Oh, yeah. I know what the new prophet's doing. Yeah, Loco Wolfie makes a good point. So what happened with the AAFR is they purged a bunch of soldiers, but the moles pointed them at the wrong soldiers. So there were probably a bunch of like public executions and like whatever, but it was like the moles, the Caberlese are just like, oh, we did it. We're still in your organization, taking you apart from the inside, sucker. Kind of great. Pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what happens to Andoni in like 6 months. The Purity Initiative seditionists, people are asking about this, why they didn't use the stop the blockade. I'm saving them. I don't want to use them on the blockade. The blockade is pointless. The blockade was little. They're going to save it. They were saving it for Fate's Rangers. So once it's obvious that Fate's Rangers isn't going to attack them, then we can think about using the seditionists elsewhere. Okay. So we're doing New Prophet. Speaking of creepy business. The New Prophet has an asset that they're going to move home. So they're going to activate, New Prophet's going to activate special abilities. Time for a certain space lady to make her way back home. Alright, so activate special abilities. And their special abilities, are... What do they have? They have, I want to get Nika home. Send Nika home, everybody. So, Majid. Or, yeah, or New Prophet. That's what we're doing, yeah. So the New Prophet, okay, so covert shipping. that is not, that's on Hoveda, so they can't, it's not going to help them here. The Demagogue doesn't have any special abilities. Maybe, maybe we're going to have to find a way to, let's see, do they have access to anything nearby that can send them, send her home? I don't think so. Org moles, transportation lockdown. Okay, alright, so they're going to need to move covert shipping. Any special forces can be moved between any worlds within 3. Okay, well, where's Hoveda? Oh, it's down here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they could move her anywhere within 3, but not like from Strophios to Vafai. So they're gonna need to pick up some shipment on Varvaresso, some kind of like thing to move her around. So let's do that. Base of influence. So they can buy it here. So new profit, how much money you got? 16? Okay. Alright, so they're gonna buy, never mind, they're gonna buy something. And we want to buy them something to ship from Strophios. Alright. And their stats are 5 wealth. Okay. Oh, well, shit. There you go. Let's do it. Let's buy them blockade runners for 12. Perfect. New profit. Blockade runners. Oh, is this an empty? Did I reach the end of the sheet? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay. Alright, so how do I extend this again? I need my like special field calculations to get, oh yeah, it's here. Here we go. So drag this down. There we go. There. That should cover us. Alright, so back to where we were here. New profit. Blockade runners. There we go. Okay, make this clear. And their blockade runners are on Strophios. Okay, there we go. So they bought blockade runners on Strophios. We got 6 hit points. And actually, I'm going to just grab this thing and just drag it forever. There we go. Okay. Let's go and make a note. Buy blockade runners on Strophios. Okay. So the plan here is that the new prophet is going to they want to put the organization moles back on Majid secretly, and then get her to start stirring up shit in Majid. Start a religious revolution. So first things first, buy her a vehicle. Get her there. So next turn, when they seize control of the Strophian government, this is also when that Nika is going to get to go home. All right. So we got 4 more. Let's get to it. While they're seizing the planet, they can do other things. All they have to do is, oh, no other actions taken in the meanwhile. Oh shit. Okay, never mind all of that. Forget you, blockade runners. You don't get to do anything. You don't exist. So they can't actually act. I should have made that note. So I'm gonna make it here. Thank you, Griffin. You're right. No action. No. Complete no. I don't know what that is. There we go. Okay, so they can't take an action. They're stuck trying to seize Strophios. That takes a long time. It's intense. All right, let's give them their money back. So they're back up to 16. Okay. All right, never mind. I didn't even have to take their turn. All right, who's next? Okay, number 2. Majid. Okay, so Majid has detected that there are some jerks on their planet. You'll have noticed last turn, the Purity Initiative has a Vanguard cadre on Majid. So Majid is going to attack them. So Majid is going to use their mercenaries, their hired guns, to attack. So attack Purity Initiative on Majid. Defend with a Vanguard cadre. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be messy. So this is a force versus wealth attack, I believe. Mercenaries, yep. Or wealth versus force. So wealth versus force in this case, Majid and Purity. Majidi wealth of 4 versus Purity force of 1. All right, so 4v1. Planetary government and plutocratic, so they can make a wealth. It's not a wealth attack; it's a force attack for them. Or is it? Is it a wealth attack? Yeah, it's wealth. So they can re-roll this if they want. They've got advantage on this die, and the Purity Initiative can re-roll any 1. So let's do the attack first. D10 plus 4, and then another 1. Ugh, don't even need it. Okay. And then D10 plus 1. It's not going to matter. Okay. All right. So they win. So Majid successful. The mercenaries. I guess I should qualify. Attack Majid with mercenaries. And then a success. And how much damage they take? Let's see. Mercs deal 2d4 plus 2. And Purity Initiative have 12 hit points. Okay. So 2d4 plus 2 for damage. Not bad. 8 damage. Okay. So they're still alive. This Vanguard cadre, 4 hit points. All right. So the slaving mine owners have dealt some damage to the religious weirdos. Well, the secular weirdos anyway. All right, Purity Initiative, Madari or Hoveda? Who's next? Two. Madari. All right, the Madari Syndicate. They're going to activate their abilities. Because remember, their goal is to get invisible units onto planets that have rivals, right? Inside enemy territory. Which is, let's see. Number of stealth assets on worlds with other planetary governments equals your cunning score. So, who's got planetary governments that they don't already have a planet on, or a unit on? Because the Madari, the Madari are kind of everywhere, hey? So much stealth. Everything they have is stealthed. They have on Asa, they have on Majid, they have on Aninsa, they have on Vinaya. Like, they need to get it onto Hoveda, but Hoveda is going to be very difficult. Like, because Hoveda has the Panopticon matrix, right? So, I guess Cabral. They need to get a unit on Cabral. So let's see if we can do that. So activate abilities. And what can we move to get it closer to Cabral? They have stuff on Asa. So what's on Asa here? Madari, they've got their base, so that counts. They can move these smugglers, and the smugglers can move 2 hexes away. Okay, let's get them. Let's move these smugglers to hex 603. All right, so the smugglers are on their way. All right, so they're on their way to the planet. Okay. Somebody is noting that I have to do something that sees. I did seize planet right the first time. Let me read the whole thing. So this is going back to the new prophet because I don't want to take away their turn. Oh, once all resistance has been crushed, they just maintain 1 stealth. So I was right. They can't do anything during, like, as long as there are assets there, but they can still take action. So back we go, double correction. So they're buying, what was it? Blockade runners. And then they can take the action. Yeah, because there's nobody fighting them on Strophios. I forgot about that. Okay. So let's go back and give them their blockade runners and take away their money and do all that stuff. Blockade runners. New prophets. Blockade runners. On Strophios. Should have trusted myself the first time. Okay. And then faction tracker, they'll lose their 14. All right. So they're down to, or 12, they're down to 4. Okay. Yeah, I did it. Okay. So, yeah, so the Madari are activating their special abilities. Now they can do this anywhere else that they have special abilities to activate. So let's take a look at their assets here. And it's they can activate them anywhere at all, or let me see. One action on as many worlds as they wish. So they can activate special abilities anywhere else. So they can activate, let's see, do they have any? Oh, they can activate their post-tech industry on Vinaya. Okay. Keep making drugs. And then let's see how it works. So they might get some credits from this. Roll a d6 and check the results. Three means 1 faction credit. All right, cool. 1 credit of drugs. Okay. So let's add that to their faction assets here. Madari goes up to 6, and they are on their way. Cool. Oh, hey, Sunbeam made a new base. Cool. They get XP. Good job, guys. Sunbeam goes up to 4. Wait, hold on. The difficulty is 1. Oh, okay, so it's just 1. So they go up to 3, because there was nobody preventing that from happening. Rad. Good job, Sunbeam. Maybe you won't get totally wrecked after all. All right, cool. So that was it for the Madari Syndicate. We've got 2 left, Purity Initiative and Hoven. So let's see what they get up to. Flip a coin. One. All right, so it's Purity Initiative, and then Hoven. So the Purity Initiative, they're gonna fight back. They wanna attack. You don't poke the bear and not get counter bared. So attack Majid on Majid with Vanguard Cadre. Defend with. So the Vanguard Cadre, they can Well, let's see. They can defend with anything, but I think they're going to defend with their mercenaries. Because it went great for them last time. Yeah, so they'll defend with the mercenaries. So this is all really just one big fight with two different battles going on. One kind of ongoing war. So defend with the mercenaries. Let's see who wins. It's the same as before. It's this one is a 1v4. So roll d10 plus 1. They can reroll ones. Okay, 5. And d10 plus 4. So the best they can hope for is a tie here. No. Alright. So the mercenaries win again. So they fail. And the mercenary counterattack is 1d6. Alright, they deal 3 damage. 3 damage to the cadre. And I think the cadre is still alive, but probably just barely. God, New Prophet, you gotta be a little more subtle than that. Or whoever, Purity Initiative, whoever the fuck you are. Yeah, it was Purity Initiative. Yeah, they're down to 1 hit point. Ugh, you guys suck. Oh yeah, it was Cunning versus Cunning. Oh yeah, you're right. It's a different battle. Okay, let's redo that. So I don't know that it's gonna attack Majid with Vanguard. I forgot the Vanguard was using different stats. Yeah, no, you're right. Thanks everybody. Attack Majid with Vanguard. Defend with Mercs. And this is Cunning versus Cunning, so it's 4 versus Majid. 4 versus 3, so they got a slight lead on him. All right, so this is the attack. Roll d10 plus 3, and this is the defense. Same effect. All right, so fail. Mercs deal. Watch them get killed now because of all y'all. D6. Yep, killed him. All right, Mercs deal 6 damage. Destroy Vanguard. That's right. People don't like religion. People don't like purity. People like drugs. Okay, people like doing drugs. So we're gonna go ahead and kill the Vanguard cadre. Man, Purity Initiative. That was a bad maneuver. This is what happens. This is what zealotry gets you. So everybody that was rooting for Majid, you did it. You helped drugs win the universe. And then last but not least, the looming specter of our society here, the Hoven caliphate. So because the transport lockdown was in effect, it slowed the popular movement from arriving. So these guys arrive now. So popular movement arrives on Strophios, which is going to slow down the seizure for next turn. And I want to read how that works, because I think if they can attack, I want them to attack. Attack the false religion. Let's see what blockade. A transportation lockdown. Okay. Cannot transports on the asset without spending a d4 and waiting 1 turn. Oh, okay. So it just forces them to do it on this turn. Okay. All right. So popular movement. Now they're allowed to. So. Cool. Popular movement arrives, and I guess that uses up their turn. Or it makes them wait a turn. They already used the turn. Now they arrive, but they can't attack this turn. So next turn. And it'll be as they're seizing control, the Hovaden's attack. Cool. Okay. So attack New Prophet this turn. I'm gonna make a note for myself. And then let's use our abilities. So we're gonna keep moving people around. All right. So use. Or should I just buy something for them? Maybe I'll buy something for them. What's their goal? Let me look at their goal. That will help me decide. So the Hovedens... Oh, they want to plant a base of influence on a new planet. Okay, so they just want to expand. They've got so many faction credits, though. Let's see where they can expand to. They already own, I think, Showa, Aldebaran, and Hoveda. They also own Kamna? Yeah, Kamna, Showa, and Aldebaran, and Hoveda. Yeah, they're the planetary governments of all 4 of those. So they're everyone within reach, which is why they're going to go after Strophios, because it's literally the nearest planet. The caliphate is spreading, right? So maybe... I don't think they care about Andoni right now. Yeah, maybe we'll just move. We'll keep moving people. So let's move... What do they have on Kamna? Kamna... Anything? Kamna, where are you? Sort by system. I think they moved something last turn. Yeah, Kamna, here we go. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna move their... Oh, they have popular movement and Orgmoles there. Cool. Okay. So let's use their assets to move some stuff around. So last turn they used Shipping Combine to move the Orgmoles to Kamna. So we're gonna use the Extended Theater to move... Oops. We're gonna try and move something else to Strophios too. So... to move Orgmoles to Strophios. And then we'll see if the lockdown works. Alright, so the lockdown, they have to roll against it, I think. That's a new profit lockdown. Cunning v Cunning. And then if it succeeds, they gotta pay and it slows them down. So CVC special. Alright. So that's 8 for Hoveda and 6 for new profit. Alright. So D10 plus 6 versus, oh wow, D10 plus 8. Ah, okay, so they succeeded, so they just get to move it. Alright. So the Caliphate moves Organization Moles to Strophios, so this is going to be a big turn next one. So the Org Moles for Hoveda. Hoveda is not to be fucked with. And the popular movement, these are both now on Strophios. Oh boy, new prophet, you better watch your shit. Cool. All right, and then they also are going to activate their where is it? Their money maker, Pretech Manufactory. Roll 1d8 and get half that many credits rounded up. Pretech Manufactory for d8. Half a d8 rounded up. Bam, 4 credits. So they got to spend for the extended theater, but then they get a net gain of 3. So it's 27. All right. Yeah, man, the word of Allah is spreading throughout the southern reaches of the sector. Pretty soon these new prophet splinter jerks are going to get shoved down, and Strophios will see the light of the caliphate, the great psychic caliphate. And hopefully one day all of Asgard Sigma will fall into the glorious light of the prophet. They're intense. They're a big danger. I can very easily see in the future, if we were to extrapolate based just on what's happening now and no PC action, a huge battle between Hoveda and probably Cabral together against Photonhauer, Highbeam, and a bunch of other smaller factions. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening in Asgard Sigma here in January. So this is the faction turn. Basically, what we do every month in game to keep things up to speed. So next time around, I'm gonna get Steven and Jeff to give me some input on what they want their factions to do, and we will see how the course of the universe changes. And of course, keep tuning in for this as we play through Swan Song, so that you can see both the way that the faction turn affects play in game, and then vice versa, how the in-game stuff affects the faction turn, right? Because they affect each other quite dramatically. If this is your first time visiting twitch.tv/AdamCobel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the spreadsheets. This is literally my longest running show. This is where Math Squad got their name, so I'm really happy to have you here. Glad you came. And if you want to learn more about Swan Song, about role-playing game stuff in general, throw me a follow here. I talk about it all the time. And follow me on Twitter @SkinnyGhost. And if you've noticed, this GM turn's getting longer and longer every time we do it. It was an hour and a half this time. So if you enjoy watching me move pieces around an invisible game board, tune in next time for this. I'll be announcing it on Twitter as we go, and it's all going to be dependent on Swan Song, which you can catch live at twitch.tv/MEJP. Now, if you missed the beginning of this, I'll be posting it on YouTube probably within the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for your help. Have a good time out there in space.